The bank is funding business ideas. I mean things that does not exist of other sectors. While when it comes to mining entrepreneur, we are having registered licenses. And it's so ununderstandable that when one submits a business plan, it needs to start from the process, what you want to do. How can one say we don't fund the process, but we want to fund how we will sell eggs? We don't fund how the chicken grow. We only want to fund when you want to take it to sell it in the market.
The president of the Emerging Mining Association of Namibia, who represents small-scale miners, expressed criticism towards the DBN during the recently concluded Mining and Energy Workshop for Parliamentarians held in Swakopmund. However, DBN Chief Executive Officer Martin Nkumbi says there is a close connection between mining exploration and gambling, as both involve risks and uncertainties. According to Nkumbi, exploration projects are typically financed through equity capital, which refers to funds invested by shareholders or other sources of equity.
What they do, they either out of their own savings and reserves is where they spend their exploration, or they are raising that money through stock exchanges by listing on various stock exchanges. That is equity. When you go in there, you take that risk that it might not come back. So it's not a discrimination against small-scale miners, Madam Mutero. As we said, it's from that, just that when you're dealing with public funds, you need to be a little bit more careful. You invest it in projects with a high degree of probability of having a return to repay that money.
The chairperson of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Natural Resources, Chekero Twega, made a strong accusation against the government, claiming that Namibians were intentionally being excluded from acquiring EPLs due to excessively high prices.
As a committee, we will deal with that one if the ministry does not review them, to consider Namibians who are unemployed, who must rely on this particular resource. Unemployed, you are still young, you cannot even afford a 10,000 or even a 5,000. You go to the financial institution to get that one. First, are you working? 3 or 6 months financial statement, business plan, who will be your buyers? I mean, this is just for me to apply to get an EPL. You deliberately excluded them. So it is because by using those fees.
When a person has got apply for a claim and somebody apply for an EPL, those are businesses being done at different levels. And of course you have to prove that you have technical ability and you also have financial ability to be able to do that. Otherwise, if you don't have it, we have so many Namibians who applied for EPLs, but because of the capital intensivity of this sector, they are unable to do the business. They end up selling the license.